Gainesville's awesome, particularly because there is a never-ending supply of food. You could pretty much dream up anything that you wanted to eat, and it is here. Definitely my favorite part about Gainesville. Well, I was a non-traditional student, so before I was here I was an interior designer, and having a degree in something else I think definitely gives people an edge, because in a sea of science degrees you stand out and you have a different set of skills that can actually help you do things here that you may not have had otherwise. So I definitely think having a different skill set made me stand out a lot more. The hardest part was the GRE aspect of it. I'm not a big fan of standardized tests, so having to study for it, I did have to take it multiple times. It was probably the most difficult part for me. That's a tough one, because being a non-traditional applicant, I had done interior design before this. So I had gone through college, gotten that degree, I had that career for a little while. So naturally it took me a lot longer to get here, because I had to go back to school for 2 years. I had to take all those prerequisites that were required. So I spent a lot more money and a lot more time getting here. But at the same time, it gave me skills, it gave me life experience, it gave me a lot of experiences that I think I needed to get me to where I am now. So I could have saved a lot of time and money had I just done this track in the first place, but I think it would have worked out either way. Now I'm just a little bit older and a little bit wiser. The biggest bit of advice that I give, and I wish that someone had given me, was to get experience, and as much as you can, and get it early. Get a lot. Talk to anybody that you can. I was told that when I went back to school, and I was, I had my 2 years where I was taking my prerequisites, and I knew that I had that time to kill. So I looked online, I looked for volunteer experiences, I looked for any kind of animal experience there was. I worked at a veterinarian's office. I really tried to broaden my experience as much as I can, not to just work in an animal hospital, but to get my hands on any different kind of experience that I could. And I think the more you get, the better it is, and the earlier you get, the more you have. So that would be the best bit of advice I can give. Transition from undergrad to veterinary school is a lot different in the aspect that things are a lot faster paced in veterinary school. You're taking classes that are maybe a few weeks long, you're taking exams all the time, and that's different than undergrad, so you can't procrastinate, and if you do, it's a lot more stressful. So time management, organization skills, all of that is so much more important in veterinary school, and having to get into gear a little bit more and be more responsible about it is the biggest transition. Balancing school and social life, it is definitely a delicate balance. It takes some time to get used to, but it's possible, it's doable. Balancing relationships in your life is something to take into consideration too, because the people that you love, your friends, your family, and significant others, they are going to have to get used to you studying all the time and getting really close to your class of people that you're with all the time. So it's a balance, and you can do it, but it's just an adjustment. Everybody can get adjusted to it easily, I think. I would have loved more time to take classes like anatomy, or electives like endocrinology or immunology, because those are classes that you're taking, and not hearing them for the first time would be really helpful, I think. So if anybody has the extra time or electives to do that, I would highly recommend it, because it helps a lot. My interview was great. I actually had a lot of fun with it. My interviewers were very nice. It was very lighthearted, and it felt comfortable, like you were just having a normal conversation with friends. So I think they do their best to try to make you feel really comfortable, just because it's a stressful process and everybody is nervous. I believe they even asked me if I was nervous, and I said yes, and we laughed it off. So it was a really good experience. I love the idea that I could come where my mentor is an alumni. So it's kind of like a legacy. He taught me everything I know, and now I feel like I want to make him proud and graduate from his alma mater. And honestly, UF is one of the best veterinary schools that I think that there is. We get so much awesome experience here. We get to be hands-on, we get to be in the hospital and see things up close and smell things up close, and I couldn't imagine being anywhere else but here. I think I cried. I remember it was a stressful week, and I couldn't stop checking my email, and every ding just like sent shivers down my spine. And it was that Friday, and I had it. I couldn't be anywhere. I just went home and I was in the fetal position under the blankets because I just couldn't deal with life until I got that email anymore. And that final ding came in, and I finally saw the email from UF, and I opened it and I just scanned it for the congratulations. I didn't even read it. And I saw it and then I just cried. I was like, it's over. It's great to be a Florida Vet Med Gator.